Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ-Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
Live from San Diego, it's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me. You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Welcome to the NFL Real Talk Show. This is Sports World Radio, and we're doing NFL Real Talk today. How's everybody doing? Welcome, one and all. This is week number 3 in the NFL. We're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to pick all the games here on NFL Real Talk, brought to you by Sports World Radio. Now, you're listening to us on sportsworldradio.com. Head on over to Facebook, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/sportsworldradio. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/sportsworldradio. Just type in Sports World Radio. You can't freaking miss us. Bing, Yahoo, it doesn't freaking matter. Just go ahead and do it anywhere. We got a lot to get to, so I'm going to bring the boys in. We got a lot of people on the phone with us today. Of course, we got Sean Mann, the update man, with us. What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Welcome, everybody, to the NFL Real Talk Show. Tonight it is 9:05 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 6:05 p.m. on the West. If you live in the Central, yes, figure it out yourself.
8:05.
Hey, I caught that before you did. And yes, that man,
shut up.
that man is Frank Spreaker, another good man who really knows a lot about the NFL, and he'll be going over the input of Week 3 of the NFL. As you all know, we've had one complete game for the NFL, and that would be the thumping by the Atlanta Falcons. Frank, you called it. You knew it was going to be a blowout. I don't want to get too much.
Hey, Sean.
We have a lot of other games to get to.
Hey, Sean. Can before we start getting anywhere, all I did was introduce you. You weren't supposed to go into the thing. I got other two. I have other. Hey. I got other two guys that I must introduce first before we even start the show, Sean. I was just introducing you. This is not the normal show that we normally do.
All right,
the other guy on the phone
with
us, of course, who joins us every Tuesday and Thursday, is our good friend Frank Sprankle. What's going on, Frank?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. I did call the blowout of Thursday night, but it wasn't quite the blowout that I expected. There's blowouts, and then there was massive explosions. And what I saw Thursday night in the Georgia Dome was nothing more than a massive explosion. It was like eternal bleeding if you're a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan, and the only question you had in that first half was, when's it going to stop?
And, of course, our producer of Sports World Radio joining us, Josh Lopez. What's going on, buddy?
Man, from one, I thought I was going to be left out, man. Everybody's jumping the gun and stuff.
I know. Nobody.
There's a lot of
good way to start off the show.
I know.
Testosterone in here.
Because nobody realizes that I'm driving the bus. So when nobody understands that I'm driving the bus. Hey, boys, I'm the leader. You're following me today. I'm not following you. You got it?
All right.
This is my show today. You guys have it all week long. I follow you. You follow me today, boys. You understand? That's the way it's going. Yes, that's the way it's going. I am the driver of the bus.
Majesty.
I am the leader. I am navigating the ship. You follow me along today. You guys got it? I am the leader.
Yes, Your Majesty.
That's it. On Saturday night show, I am the leader. During the week, you guys drive the ship. I like it better that way. Am I right, Josh?
Mad, bro? Nobody's mad here.
Am I right, Josh?
Not bad.
No,
I'm just mad. Hey, I'm enjoying the
mad.
conversation.
I'm just
guys.
no, because Josh, you're absolutely right. Everybody's
about the time. I just kid with him.
You're right, Josh. Everybody's jumping the gun. All I did was introductions, and everybody's starting already.
Because we're excited.
I understand you're excited. I understand you're excited, but please follow the goddamn format.
Nobody told me about any format.
Well, listen to me. I'm telling you. If you make the freaking meetings, you would understand.
Meetings?
Okay?
We don't have any meetings.
Okay, so we got a bunch of games to get to, boys and girls. Sean started off. There was one game. That was a blowout. Frank, you called that son of a bitch right there. I was even shocked that Tampa Bay even scored 14 points at all against Atlanta.
You know what I want to address here? What about the fact that Devin Hester set the all-time return record for touchdowns?
I was
And there are a
just
couple
gonna
of
say that.
coincidences here. It happened in the Georgia Dome,
Uh-huh.
where Deion Sanders played a few seasons for the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, he started in Atlanta in 1989, but they were playing at old, now gone Atlanta Fulton County
Correct.
Stadium. So in the Georgia Dome, Deion Sanders played there as a member of the Falcons. On top of that, too, Deion Sanders was in the building working for CBS and the NFL Network. And on the other sideline opposite the Atlanta Falcons, you had Lovie Smith, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course, with Devin Hester so many years in Chicago with the Bears head coach, and Devin Hester playing for Lovie Smith. Just quite a few coincidences here. National TV, Devin Hester seems to come out on top when it's national TV. So many returns watching him play on Monday Night Football. I can't tell you how many times this guy has returned punts and kickoffs on Monday Night Football when he was with the Bears. He has done everything just aligned well. Perfect night for him to set the record.
Are you upset that he's not with Chicago anymore?
You know what? I really am, because I got to tell you, I wish he could have at least set this record as a member of the Chicago Bears. It was great to have Lovie Smith there, but obviously they couldn't come up with a contract.
How
The
about
Bears
you,
wanted to
Josh?
go in a different direction. The truth is, Brian Urlacher, he retired. The Bears did not. The Bears did offer him a contract. It wasn't to Urlacher's suiting. I agreed. I would have not brought Urlacher back. I would have brought Hester back.
How about you, Josh?
It's a Chicago thing. Everybody breaks records in other places.
Hey, I like that new phone you got, buddy. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, iPhone 6, man. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's better than yesterday's phone, I'll tell you that. At least you don't sound like you're in the bathroom no more. Right,
I
Sean?
don't know what you guys are hearing out there in the West Coast, man. I'm not in any bathtubs.
Right, Sean? Didn't it sound like he was in the bathroom yesterday?
A little bit.
Today it sounds like he's pretty good, right? He's like in a bedroom or something, right?
I'm outside, actually.
Well, you sound pretty damn good for your iPhone, you rat bastard.
Boy, my goodness, he's enjoying the nightlife.
He's outside of his house. Relax. He's not going out partying. He's young, man. He's waiting for his teacher to come over. Relax. Take it easy over there. All right, so we have a whole bunch of games to get to. Sean, you want to start off with the first game of the... What the hell's going on here? So Josh got knocked out. Sean,
Josh got knocked out. I'm still here. Wait,
Sean, you want to start off with the first... Go ahead, Frank.
I'm just saying, do we have a couple of people have gone AWOL on us?
Why?
I don't know. I can't hear them.
Sean, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Sean's here.
Okay, so he hasn't gone AWOL.
No,
We lost
Josh
him for a
went.
moment.
We lost Josh. Josh went AWOL.
So Josh is the one that's gone AWOL.
Yeah, Josh went AWOL. I'm working on trying to get him back. Sean, you want to start off with the Buffalo-San Diego game?
Yeah, you got a game that's very important tomorrow, the early afternoon games. The first game we get to, the San Diego Chargers crisscrossing the country all the way up to Buffalo, New York State. They will take on the Bills tomorrow. Frank, your thoughts on tomorrow's game between the Chargers and the Bills? We got a lot of them to get to, but this first game between the
I
Chargers
like the Bills.
and the Bills.
I got to tell you, I like the Bills. The first 2 weeks they have been able to, I wouldn't say cruise to victory, but they have defeated the Chicago Bears and the Miami Dolphins. I honestly think things are aligning well for the Buffalo Bills at home for the second straight week to pick up a win against the San Diego Chargers, who think it's going to be a close game. Let's remember this about San Diego. They did defeat the Super Bowl champions a week ago in the Seattle Seahawks. However, this game is not in their backyard. They have to travel across the country. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills in this one.
Sean, who you...
Game I'm going to take in this one, you got San Diego going all the way across the country to play the Buffalo Bills. Tough one. This was a tough pick for me because the Chargers just came off that big win against the Seattle Seahawks, being the Super Bowl champions. Question is, can Phillip Rivers have a big game for the Chargers? And if they're going to win on the road, they need to make sure that they hold leads. Because remember, in week one, they blew an 11-point lead. This game is kind of like a really, really tough one for me to decide on. I'm going to go with the San Diego Chargers in this one. I think they have a little bit of a better chance to finally beat the Buffalo Bills, but I expect it to be a close game tomorrow.
They left Thursday. They left on Thursday to get acclimated. Normally they leave on Friday. They left the day before.
Does that have
get
to do with the
acclimated.
fact because they have to travel across country?
That's why they left the day before. Josh, who you taking? San Diego, Buffalo?
San Diego.
You're gonna
I
take-
don't trust Buffalo secondary.
Okay, the distribution in the in our NFL pick is 60-40 San Diego. Me living in San Diego, that's an early game for me. That's a 10 o'clock game. You know what's going to happen? I'm not going to see that game, but I'm still picking San Diego because I won't get up until 1 o'clock. I'll be sleeping. Yeah, I won't wake up until 1 o'clock. I'll miss that game.
This. If I were to text or call you up saying, hey, you got to turn the game on, what will you do?
I will never get it because my computer won't be on. Sean knows that. Sean knows that. I have my the only phone number I have is my Skype number. It's the only number I have, and it's on my computer. So if my computer is off, my phone is off.
Oh, so you get up in time to watch what would be for you the 105 and 125 games.
Correct. And the Sunday night game. Correct. I
Okay,
usually
yeah,
sleep
well,
through.
Sunday night, that's early for you.
Yeah, that's a 5 o'clock game. I usually sleep through the morning games. I
assume you don't go to church either.
Hey, last week I didn't wake up till freaking 2:30 in the afternoon last Sunday. Okay?
Oh, so wait a minute. So it was almost halftime between the Chargers and the Seahawks.
Correct. Yeah. How about that? So, yeah, it's, Sundays, man, forget about it. I sleep late because I know I'm going to be up late Sunday night watching Mike and Mike. Josh knows that, right, Josh? Josh and I are talking at 3 o'clock in the morning my time because he's up watching it too. That's how it rolls over here.
Once the afternoon games are over, I'm watching United Champions. So,
well, I hate to tell you something. Night of Champions are coming on my computer at 4:30, and that's about it. I'll have the games on the TV, but that's it. Computer's
nobody
going on.
cares about. Oh my goodness!
Night of Champions.
So let me ask you this,
So I'm
Josh.
taking
When
the Chargers.
Is the WWF going to return to greatness? And yes, they still call it the WWF.
It's not going to. Let's move into football. Let's stay on topic. I'm picking the Sandy.
Another NFL matchup. You got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. What's your guys' thoughts about this game, Frank?
The Tennessee Titans and the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, I'm going to have to take Cincinnati in this one. Of course, Cincinnati last week. I'm going with Cincinnati.
Think about the job that Andy Dalton has done for them. I'm going to go with the Bengals too. He's done a phenomenal job. They're 2-0. They beat Baltimore 23-16 in Week 1. Last weekend they played against Matt Ryan and the Falcons 24-10. I like the Bengals in this game. Titans looked real sloppy against the Dallas Cowboys last weekend.
Josh?
Jeff and
Josh?
Joshy?
hey, when you lose to the Dallas Cowboys, you should lose all games. So I'm going with Cincinnati.
I have a question. Wait a minute. If you lose to the Dallas Cowboys, should you be thrown out of the country?
No.
Yes.
No. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if my team happens to lose to them, I don't want to be thrown out of the country.
Oh, damn.
But you're right. And, of course, we saw him last week against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
And, of course, Cincinnati prevailing this one. You know, you got to be impressed with Cincinnati. This is a good team for the regular season. But, of course, we are still early in the regular season. I mean, come the playoffs, this is when they falter. But, of course, during the regular season, this is a team to be reckoned with. They did play the Falcons last week. They beat the Falcons at home. They're at home again. I'm taking the home team, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, and I'm going to take it, and it's my turn now, right? Come on. I've been praising Andy Dalton for the last freaking 2 years. You think I'm not going to pick Cincinnati in this game? Andy Dalton's going to have 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they're going to just crank all over Tennessee. Cincinnati's winning this game. Andy Dalton's going to have a better game than Tony Romo this week. I'm calling it. You know what? And you know what? I'm calling it even further. Andy Dalton's going to have a better game than Joe Flacco.
Oh, wow.
Hey, should we get into that game?
Which happens to be the next game we're going to talk about. Go, Sean.
Well, I was just going to say, here's the thing about the way Dalton has played the last few years. He's done great for the season, but you're right, Jeff, when it comes to the postseason, and Frank, you had mentioned it too, he does falter. in the postseason for the Bengals. So that's the big thing. Can he get the monkey off his back? and
I
finally
don't
end a
care.
What is it
playoff
with
drought?
Cincinnati teams? What is it with Cincinnati teams? It seems that the Reds, they get into the playoffs and they falter. It's like the Reds and Bengals
Yep.
go hand in
Okay.
hand. I hate
Okay,
to look at
first of
Cincinnati.
all, boys, it's too early to think about playoffs. Stop thinking about that and think about week 3 right now. Get the playoffs out of your damn head.
Playoffs?
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Just take them out of your
Baltimore
freaking head.
Ravens
Forget about
taking
it.
on the Cleveland Browns, and you know what? I'll go with this one first. Hey, Adrian, if you're listening out there, every week I'm going against your doggone stinking Baltimore Ravens. I'm taking the Browns as an upset special this weekend. I want to
Yeah.
see Cleveland beat Baltimore. Because think about it, Adrian. The more you lose, the razors and the shave cream is going to be bought.
I am going with Adrian's team. So I am going to take the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Flacco. Look, I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl. Let's not talk playoffs now, as our
Right,
fearless leader,
right,
Jeff
right.
Escow, has said. But you know what? Joe Flacco has earned back the trust of the Baltimore Ravens fans. I believe that they have gone, as a team, they've gotten away from what has happened with Ray Rice. The distraction seems to be over. I mean, that's all on the commissioner now. It's off the Baltimore Ravens. It's on the
Ravens?
commissioner of the NFL. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Ravens. Give me a break. If they think about it, Cleveland did beat New Orleans by kicking the game-winning field goal. They could play a big upset
Wait,
special against
you know what I
Baltimore.
want to? Yeah, you know what? I was thinking about that too. You never know how good this Cleveland Browns team can be, and not to mention for Brian Hoyer and that clutch drive he had against New Orleans to put them on top, which was the game-winning touchdown drive. Boy, I got to tell you, that has got to be the biggest drive in the life, not just a career, but the life of one Brian Hoyer, knowing that there's a guy wearing number 2, and we know who he is, breathing down his neck.
Josh?
I'm going to go with Baltimore. I think the game will be close, but
Where are you, in the
Justin Tucker's
freaking
really
bathroom?
good kicker for Baltimore, so I think they win by a field goal.
Where are you, in the bathroom?
Oh, and by the way, even
What
though I predict
bathroom? I'm in
Baltimore,
the house.
Man.
Dude, is it any?
I don't know what you're
is this really
talking
is?
about.
Sounds
Is
like
it any-
water is
listen,
running in the bathroom there. Just
Is it any of
kidding.
your? No, you know, it sounds like he's on an airplane. I think he's in the Mile High
Okay,
Club.
I'm okay, listen. You know me, guys. Sean's been with me long enough. He knows. Josh has been with me long enough now. He knows I'm a big Joe Flacco fan, right? I like the name Joe Flacco. I'm a big Joe Flacco fan. But in this case, this is my upset special, just like Sean. I'm taking Cleveland at home to beat Baltimore just to piss Adrian off.
Okay,
And
let
then
me ask you
Adrian
this,
won't
though.
even- then hold it, Frank. Adrian won't even show up for Monday's show.
Nope, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all. Go ahead, Frank. What did you want to
Okay,
say?
let me ask you. Let me ask you this. How well do you think that Brian Hoyer will do tomorrow? Because look, he had that great drive against the Saints, but there's still the job status that's at
I
stake.
understand,
It seems to be
but-
week in and week out.
But they're at home. They're in Cleveland. That's got to count for something, right?
Then they'll be chanting Johnny Football. We want Johnny Manziel.
Frank, that's got to
No,
count
we
for
don't.
Frank. That's got to count for something, right?
What's got to count?
That
for
they're
something?
home and they'll have their home crowd there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
But
don't you
wanna
think
know
they have
why?
some-
Because the home crowd seems to be ecstatic now that they know that they have what they hope to be the quarterback of
Yeah,
the
but
future.
don't you
even though
think-
you think he's going to be in the CFL in about 3 years?
Don't you think that they have the momentum now after what Hoyer did last week?
I think they should. Listen, if
Yeah.
that doesn't give you any momentum, I don't know what will. Because one drive against a team that many people saw from the NFC is going to the Super Bowl, and you beat them, I don't care where it was. I don't care if it was in the Superdome or if it was in your own house, the dog pound in this case. It should give you plenty of confidence. So guess what? I want to see that crowd fire up electric. And you want to know something else, too? There should be a chip on their shoulder because these are the old Cleveland Browns. Remember.
No, I know. Okay, hey, guys, listen. We've done 3 games in 20 minutes. We got to move a little quicker through these games, okay, guys?
23 minutes past the hour on the 23 minutes past the hour on the NFL Real Talk. The next game we get to, it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. You know what? I'm going to go with the Lions in this game. The Packers look sloppy on offense. They have got serious problems with their O-line. The Lions.
I want to hear what Frank has to say because I'm this game intrigues me. I don't want to hear what Frank has to say because he's a Bears fan.
Yeah, it is. I'm a Bears fan. But well, hold on, and Josh is too. But this game does have huge implications as far as the Bears NFC North teams meeting up. Understand this. It seems that the Matthew Stafford to Kelvin Johnson connection has become the latest Motown tune. And what we saw 2 weeks ago in Ford Field on Monday Night Football, how electric it was against the New York Giants. Sorry, Jeff. But I think we're going to see that same, even though it's not nationally televised, it's going to be that same electricity come tomorrow afternoon at high noon in the Central Time Zone, because it is against the Green Bay Packers, a team that is starting to show a little bit of age, especially on defense, I would have to say. You know what? I got to tell you, I have to take the Lions. And you know what? I think it's going to be the Lions pretty convincing by 2 touchdowns.
Wow. Josh?
I'm going to go with the Lions, too. I mean, this is not the New York Jets. The Lions have a great defensive line, and they're going to destroy Aaron Rodgers. I got the Lions winning by 3 touchdowns.
Okay, you guys talked me right into it. I'm taking the Lions, too. Sean, next game.
The next game we get to, hey, Jeff, your least favorite team with Jerry Jones, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the St. Louis Rams.
Who you picking, Sean?
Can't believe I'm saying this, but I am going to take the Dallas Cowboys to beat the St. Louis Rams.
Frank?
So am I. I'm not doing that to piss you off. I am going to take the Dallas Cowboys. I got to be realist here. I'm going Big D here.
Josh?
I'll go with the Rams.
What? Why are you going with the St. Louis Rams?
Hey, does Michael Sam play for Dallas this week?
Oh, wait a minute. That's right. You do have the Michael Sam connection, but he's on the practice squad.
Does Michael Sam get activated to play this week? He knows St. Louis plays.
Listen, the career of Michael Sam can already be done, and it's been great. You want to know why? He sacked Johnny Manziel twice.
He knows St. Louis plays, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You know what? Can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm picking Dallas.
Let's move on.
Sean, next game.
Ooh, okay, the next game that we get to, hold on, let me get over there real quickly. It'll be the Oakland Raiders taking on the New England Patriots. I am taking the Patriots, baby.
Yeah, this is definitely a sleeper game for sure.
A lot of scoring going on right there, Patriots.
I have a question. I'm taking a look here at the distribution, and it does have 99% favoring the Patriots and only 1% favoring the Raiders. Now, I have a question. Is this like an exit poll where there's a 1% margin of error?
It could be a 1% margin.
Well, I hate to tell you, New England in the pick distribution, New England's got 99%.
Heck yeah, Patriots.
Okay, listen. I'm going to make a bet here. If the Patriots lose this game tomorrow, I will never do Sports World Radio ever again.
Just for that, I want to pick Oakland so bad.
I'm going to make a bet here.
That is a cheesy bet. I can't believe
If
that.
the Patriots win, and if the Patriots lose this game, I'll never do any more shows.
No, see, you should turn it. See, that's not fair. You should say you would never do Sports Central again.
Sports Central. There you go, Frank.
Your show.
Sports Central.
What's your show? Press Row Central.
Sports Central, that's on WGN Radio here in Chicago.
Press Row Central. You should say you'd never do Press Row Central again, because that's your show. Weisenheimer.
Because you know what?
Don't throw my show out there.
This is your show.
Exactly. Don't throw my show on the block. You got your own show. Throw your own show on the block.
What the heck's the matter with you? Come
I
on.
throw my show on the block all the time, and I still win.
I got a good idea. Should I just hang up my career? Should I just put my career at stake if the Patriots lose?
Yes. That's so
Frank,
funny.
what are you saying? Are you saying you're going with Oakland over there? What the heck's the matter with you?
Are you deaf? I said if the Patriots lose, I'm going with the Patriots.
He's got to take the Patriots. Yeah,
I'm teasing.
If we're all not taking the Patriots, we're all got to be morons, right?
Like I said, I feel like I should put my career in jeopardy here. Like I should never do this.
Especially since the Raiders played so bad against the Houston Texans last weekend in the black hole.
You know what this is going to be like? This is going to be like Madden on easy level. You're playing the Patriots and you have them on easy level.
Easy level. Yeah, so I believe we're all taking New England in this game. Is that correct, guys?
Joshy,
yes.
What do you say?
Yeah, he says yes, too. All right, let's get over to the next game, Sean.
The next game, it'll be the Minnesota Vikings, who got embarrassed 30-7 against those New England Patriots, taking on the 0-2 New Orleans Saints.
What's
Jeff,
going on
Frank,
in Minnesota?
Joshy, I am going to say the New Orleans Saints are going to get their first win. You know they're upset because they lost 2 heartbreaking games.
What the hell's going
Yeah,
on there in
they
New
lost
Orleans?
the divisional game in Atlanta, and they lose, of course, last week. They lost last week in Cleveland. I got to go with New Orleans too.
What's going? Why are they playing like that? What's going on?
There's a lot of people, Jeff. I was watching the NFL Network, and a lot of people are saying how surprising it is to see the New Orleans Saints 0-2. A lot of people were expecting good things out of them, but Drew Brees better get going with all those interceptions he's throwing, and Sean Payton better start having a better game plan, or the Saints are going to be in a heap of trouble if they lose this game and just keep on going down the tube.
Well,
Okay, but this team is in a little bit of turmoil, Sean. Let's understand this. What is it with him and Rob Ryan arguing on the sideline?
Yes,
you can't have
that's
that.
a bad
Look,
thing too.
that you're going to have disagreements, but the coaching staff has got to keep their minds in check because there can't be any of this turmoil. And Rob Ryan should know any better. I mean, look at his dad and Kevin Gilbride
He ain't
in
gonna
the
make it through the
1993
season.
season. Remember that, the punch in Houston?
He ain't gonna make it through the season, Ryan. As a DC over there, he ain't gonna.
Okay,
make it.
you know what? So wait, are you trying to say that we could see both Ryan brothers fired midway through the season?
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired and ends up with and then goes over to the Jets and finish the season over there.
Yeah, then Rex gets fired for a poor season.
And his brother takes over.
So the floor goes to so I picked New Orleans. Frank, you picked New Orleans. Jeff
Yes.
and Joshy, the floor is yours. Who do you got between Minnesota and New Orleans?
Josh?
This is a big statement game for New Orleans. I got them in the round. I'll make it quick.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints in this game too. This is the last time I'm picking the Saints. If they lose, I'm not picking them no more.
The next game we get to, the Houston Texans taking on the New York Football Giants. You know what? The Giants have disappointed me enough. I'm going with the Houston Texans.
Screw you.
Actually, can I make Jeff's day?
Screw you too.
Screw me. I was going to make your day. I'm taking the Giants.
Good
because-
boy.
What? What is the matter with you? How can you pick the Giants? They look
They don't
sloppy on all ends.
Yeah, well, the Texans, they're still in a rebuilding mode, especially in offense. They have they have a good defense, especially with J.J. Watt. I mean, look at Javion Clowney. He's out. I got to go with the Giants here. Jeff, I'm making your day, buddy.
Hey, who's their quarterback? Houston's quarterback.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. You notice how everybody went
Former
silent
Bill,
for a
former
second?
Bill.
Everybody went silent for a second because they had to think about it.
See, that's the thing.
I knew
Who's
it
the
already.
quarterback?
That's the problem right there. If you got to think about who the quarterback is, he's not really a good quarterback, is he?
No, he played with the Bills. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
All right, I know. He was with the Bills last year.
But
Yeah, he
look at
was.
the pick distribution. You got Houston with 73%, the New York Football Giants with 27%. The Giants look sloppy on all categories. That's why Houston, I believe, is going to go right in there and put the Giants at 0-3.
Giants look sloppy on all categories.
I think the G-men get their first win.
Oh, please.
Good boy, Frank. I like you. You're on
Well,
my.
yeah, okay, but what if I took the Texans? What would you be saying?
You know what, Frank? You're on my good side now. Sean, you just Sean.
Joshy,
Hey, Josh, who you picking?
Well, the Giants are in nepotism in this highest form, so I'm gonna go with the Texans.
Okay, so you and
Hey.
okay, so
You
you and Sean go stick your noses in the corner. You're in timeout.
Hey, should we challenge them in a tag team match?
We should.
Tag team.
We
That's
should.
tomorrow's pay-per-view.
We should.
32.
Me and the big win against Josh and Sean.
Hey, you know what?
Oh.
We're going to Nashville tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
That's where the pay-per-view is. We'll take you guys on in Nashville.
That's right, because I don't have to say who I'm taking, right? You guys know I'm taking the
Hey,
Giants in this game.
Hey, how can you say you hate the WWE, but you know where the pay-per-view is?
Exactly.
Come on now.
32
Next game.
32 minutes past the hour on the NFL Real Talk, the 20th of September. Here we go. The next game we get to, it'll be DJ Gary One Arms, Washington Redskins against AA Browning and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Who's first? You want me to go?
Me, I'll take it. I'll go with Philadelphia. I'll say the Eagles are going to easily dethrone the Redskins, and then I won't be seeing anything from DJ Gary One Arm on Facebook or on Skype.
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles, too. An impressive win against the Indianapolis Colts last week, coming from behind, forcing turnovers. That was great on the part of the Eagles. Nick Foles playing a solid game as well. And here's the thing about the Washington Redskins. They are out of the services of one Robert Griffin III, but they do have Kirk Cousins. And I'll tell you what, I don't think it's going to be tomorrow, but I think Cousins is going to help win a few games.
I'm
It just
just
won't be tomorrow.
I'm just laughing before we go on because DJ Gary One Arm, he doesn't even show up for the NFL Real Talk. He's just waiting for Monday to stick it to Jeff.
Or he's out
He's
enjoying
like
the
Brownie,
Saturday
he's
night
a
light.
bandwagon fan.
I didn't know he's not out enjoying the Saturday night nightlife.
Because it's freaking midnight and it's freaking 3 o'clock in the morning over there right now. That's why.
And now he sticks it to Jeff a couple days ago on the show about how, hey, Jeff Escow, he goes, tell Jeff the Redskins won
Screw him.
41-10 over the Jaguars. That
Yeah,
was an
over the
impressive
Jaguars. Yeah, I could put a team together and we could beat the Jaguars over the Jaguars. Jesus, liminy, man. Come on. It was the Jaguars for Jiminy Cricket's sakes. They're playing a real football team this week, Gary.
Philly, Josh, who are you taking between Washington and Philadelphia?
Gary, they're playing a real football team this week, Gary.
I'll go first. I need Riley Cooper to get on a big role here since he's on my fantasy team, so I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Riley Cooper with 3 touchdowns.
He's a good white boy, isn't he? You like that, right? So everybody's
funky music.
yeah, everybody's picked, right? But me, correct? I'm gonna take the Eagles over DJ Gary One Arm's freaking Washington Redskins. And Gary, I know you're gonna listen to this show later on when you wake up. So if you don't show up on Monday when they lose, I'm calling you out, bitch.
Are you going to
Oh, but you know what's going to happen. Redskins win, he'll stick it to all of our faces, and then he'll stick it especially to Jeff, and I'll be getting a message on Skype.
And Adrian, and Adrian, when Baltimore loses on Sunday, if you don't show up on Monday, I'm calling you too out, you little bitch.
Okay, the last early game, how about this one? The Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts against the laughingstock Jaguars.
I am going to take the Indianapolis Colts likewise against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Like I said, if only you had Jacksonville and Oakland playing each other, wouldn't that be game? Does Jacksonville play Oakland this year?
I'll take a look for you. Go ahead there, Frank.
Because wouldn't that game be suited for Ethiopia? You know how the NFL likes to play games in London? Should the Jaguars and Raiders play in Ethiopia?
They'd probably put
schedule?
Josh, Sean, Frank. They probably put that game on a Sunday night game. Those bastards.
What, Jaguars and Raiders?
Yeah, freaking humps. Who you picking in that game? You taking Indy, Frank?
Oh yeah, I just said I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah,
Josh, who you taking?
The Colts.
Who you taking, Josh?
Hey, I found the game I don't have to watch this week. I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I guarantee you more people are gonna watch tomorrow night's WWE pay-per-view than this game.
I ain't watching
or
it.
Carolina and Pittsburgh.
And that's the last early game, right?
And you have 0-2 teams going at it, Indianapolis and Jacksonville.
There's only 3 late games. There's a lot of early games this week. I'm taking the Colts. I haven't taken Jacksonville in 2 years, and I don't start planning on taking them now. I'm going with the Colts.
A big matchup in the NFC West. This is our already late games. It'll be the San Francisco 49ers against the Arizona Cardinals. I have to say this to you, Joshy. I'm taking the San Francisco 49ers. I think they're going to get some payback. They're upset because I couldn't believe that the 49ers blew the game against the Chicago Bears.
I got a question. Are you a Patriots fan or not? Because you defend the 49ers more than any other person I know as well.
Oh, quit. I'm going with the 49ers against the Cardinals.
I have to go likewise. I am going to take the 49ers. I do think this is going to be a bounce-back win against the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to play it close to the vest. But in the end, I'm going to have to take the San Francisco 49ers on the road in this one. Bounce-back game for Colin Kaepernick, Jim Harbaugh, and company.
They need to because here's the thing. They had a 20-7 lead. I watched part of it Sunday night against the Bears at their new stadium, their new home opener, and they blew that game. And you keep wondering, like this being the last year for Jim Harbaugh, if this is like the end, because if he doesn't get it done, it's going to happen. He'll just step down as coach and he'll go to Big D and become the Cowboys coach.
Big D could go to the New York Jets possibly. One thing about, I think it's pretty too soon to look at.
I say Harbaugh will go to Dallas.
So you think, hold on. So you think that Jim Harbaugh is not going to be the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers come 2015?
If he doesn't get it done, because remember back around April, he was actually looking at maybe resigning and going to the Cleveland Browns.
Is he even, okay, that stems a question. Is maybe Jim Harbaugh is not happy in in San Francisco. Did you ever think of that?
There's got to be something
up in San Francisco. Yeah, I don't think Jim Harbaugh is really happy in San Francisco.
Joshy, what would you think? Do you think Harbaugh's just trying to say, you know what, if I don't get it done this year, maybe I'm not happy and I want to amstray and go find another team to coach?
At this point, I really don't care. It's too early in the season to worry about this stuff anyway, but I'm going to get into the game. Everybody said that the Bears were going to get blown out this week. Well, they didn't, because you know why? The San Francisco 49ers are overrated. Hence my upset pick of the week. Arizona will beat San Francisco.
Figures, because on the picks, and when we made our division picks, you picked them to go 6-10. Figures.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, I definitely like that enthusiasm from the Encyclopedia Man. I definitely enjoy that. Encyclopedia Man, boy, that was great enthusiasm.
Jeff, who are you taking between San Francisco
Most overrated
and Arizona?
team in sports.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go with San Francisco one more time. I'm gonna take San Fran in this game. If they lose, that's it. I'm done with them.
You look at that pick distribution. You got San Francisco at 75%. Arizona is 25%.
Yeah, I know. I see it. Come on. I took the Giants and it was 73-27. So what's the difference? Huh?
The reason why I picked the 49ers and give them the edge in this game is because, look, the Cardinals, okay, they're 2-0. They beat the Giants last weekend to move to 2-0, right? But the question is, now this is kind of like a big test. Can they overtake the 49ers? Can they get past Colin Kaepernick?
That's a big question, because you know what? If the Cardinals, and remember this, the Cardinals late in the regular season last year went into Seattle and beat the Seahawks. And that was the first loss. And that was the first loss for Russell Wilson at home. I got to tell you, if the Arizona Cardinals want to be a team that's going to be competing in that division, if they want to prove everybody wrong that this is a two-team division between Seattle and San Francisco, they got to win tomorrow.
Very simple. They have to win tomorrow. And if they do that, they'll be surprising a lot of people for the NFL experts, saying, maybe this Cardinals team has something to prove if they go to 3-0, but we'll see. It just depends if they can outplay Jim Harbaugh's 49ers. The next one we get to, a game down in South Beach, down in Miami, Florida. It'll be the Miami Dolphins hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll just kind of wait for last and wait for you guys to go ahead on this one.
I have a question about this game tomorrow, because it's being played at 25. All right, let's use the Pacific time zone. It's being played at 1:25. That's also the same time as the Seattle-Denver Super Bowl rematch in Seattle. And both of those games are on CBS. I guess the question is, how many viewers get that game on CBS tomorrow as opposed to the Super Bowl rematch?
The only people that get that game are the people in Kansas City and the people in Miami.
That's not a great distribution of that game, so that pretty much tells me nobody cares.
And they screwed the pooch on this one anyway, the NFL, because the Seattle-Denver game should be the Sunday night game.
Yeah, why wasn't it? That's my point exactly. Why don't you play that game on Sunday night or Monday Night Football?
I think it was a joke to begin with, because when Seattle plays Denver, everybody's been talking about it, the rematch of the Super Bowl. And I know we got to get to Miami, Kansas City.
Okay, let's talk about that.
We'll get to that in just a sec. Miami's playing against Kansas City, and Ryan Tannehill, I'll go with the Dolphins in this one. Kansas City starting to return to the old Chiefs again. I think that they are looking really bad. And Andy Reid's Chiefs were so good last year, being that 11-5 team. I think they have not shaken off the AFC wildcard when they blew that game to the Indianapolis Colts, where they lost 45-44. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Well, understand this. There were a lot of expectations for the Kansas City Chiefs this year. I don't think many people expected them to win that division. They already said, oh, my goodness, you got Peyton Manning and company back, improved defense with the Broncos. We're giving the division to the Broncos. But 0-2, that is a shock. Now, granted, maybe the fact that they are 0-2 is a shock, but they should be 1-1 because, honestly, I thought the Broncos, that was going to be a loss. The Titans, I expected them to win that game in week 1. I do think that the Kansas City Chiefs come out with a vengeance tomorrow, and they take it out on the Miami Dolphins. They win easily over Miami.
Well, if you look at the pick distribution, 70% Miami, 30% Kansas City. Josh, the floor is yours. Who do you pick between Kansas City and Miami?
The whole of you telling me I'm doing the show.
Josh. Josh.
What's up, Jeff? What's going on?
The floor is yours.
Kansas City, Miami.
I'll go with Miami. I've been the biggest advocate for Miami on this entire show. I think they need a rebound after that game in Buffalo last week. I got Miami in a rout. Kansas City's just not the same team anymore.
They definitely have shown it, and that's why I'm saying, Josh, they have not looked the same since they blew that wild card. And remember, when they lost that endured more playoff misery for Chief fans because they have not won a playoff game since 1993. Jeff, your thoughts on this Kansas City-Miami game?
I still don't know who I'm picking in this game. I like Kansas City. I mean, Alex Smith is not playing up to his potential like he played up last year at all. He signs a new contract, and he's not playing worth the hill of beans. Miami's got Tannehill, and they're up on the climb. You know what? Screw it. I'm taking Miami in this game. I'm going to take Miami in this game just because they're at home. It's a different team last year. Kansas City's got some problems. They haven't shown me a hill of beans. They haven't won a game since last year. Mm-hmm. So I got to go with Miami.
And were you, before we get to the next game, were you gentlemen surprised that Miami played so bad against Buffalo? Were you thinking that Miami could have got in there last weekend and beat Buffalo?
Yes.
Oh, they maybe not, because look at what happened against Chicago the previous week.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Miami was going to win, go in there and, have no problem.
Josh, did you think that Miami would not have lost to Buffalo last weekend?
I was kind of scared because the last time they played before last week's game, they got shut out.
Yeah. So that's kind of surprising, too. The next game we get to, yes, is the Super Bowl rematch. It should be the Sunday night game of the week.
I got a better idea. How about Thanksgiving night they should have played this game? No,
Denver
really.
Broncos playing the Seattle Seahawks, and we all remember where we were and what we were doing when the Seahawks blew out the Broncos 43-8 in an absolute blowout and one of the worst playoff losses again for Peyton Manning's career. You know what? I'll go first. This was a tough pick for me, but you know what? I'm going to give the edge to Seattle. It's going to be anytime a team goes up into Seattle and plays in that loud place, it's very, very tough. So I like the Seahawks in this game. I think they say, you know what? We beat them in the Super Bowl. We can take them on again. We're the defending Super Bowl champions.
You know what? Believe it or not, I am going to take the Denver Broncos in a slight edge. You're right. It is tough to play there, and that's what's going to make this game great, because you're going to have Peyton Manning. I don't know how many times Peyton Manning has played in that kind of – I'm talking about CenturyLink Field. I don't know how many times he's played in CenturyLink Field. He's obviously been there before as a member of the Indianapolis Colts. When, I don't remember. But this is going to be a different environment considering that they come in as the Super Bowl champs, the Seahawks do. So I'm going to take the Broncos here. And also, interesting, they have an improved defense. That's what's going to make it great. Now, and Wes Welker's back here too. And by the way, before we continue on, I want to tell you this as well. This is the first time since 1997 that you have two teams that were in the Super Bowl the previous year meet in the regular season. The previous time I said was 1997. You had the Patriots and the Packers. They met in 1997 in that regular season. Now, what's interesting about that game was that it was a Monday night game on ABC. However, we in Chicago did not get that game, Chicago or Miami, because the previous night, Sunday, was Game 7 of the World Series in Miami between the Marlins and the Indians, in which Edgar Renteria had the game-winning base hit. Well, okay, but here's what you may not remember, Sean. The Bears and Dolphins were slated to play on that same field at Joe Robbie Stadium that same afternoon. But because of Game 7 of the World Series, the game between the Bears and the Dolphins had to be pushed ahead to Monday Night Football. It was seen regionally in Chicago and Miami on ABC, so we got to miss out on the Super Bowl rematch.
Right.
I remember that, and I remember they played both games on ABC. Joshy, this is
I don't recall.
I watched it. Hold on. Before we move on, I can tell you, I remember watching that game. And interesting about that was a couple weeks earlier, I saw my first ever NFL game, which was the Bears and Packers. Coincidentally, the Bears lost that game, but that night I watched the game in full. The Bears-Dolphins game on Monday night regionally, I watched it in full. The Bears won in overtime on a field goal.
Josh?
I don't know about you guys, but I don't recall the Bears ever playing the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. I thought it was the 49ers and the Chargers that year.
What are you talking about?
You're talking about Super Bowl rematches.
Josh, you're wrong, because the 49ers played the Chargers in January of 95. That was for the 94 season. That was back in 95, and the 49ers destroyed the Chargers. And don't get Jeff started on that, because he remembers that very well. You're thinking of that, because the Bears and the Dolphins played that Monday night along with another team, with another game, and they were both
but
on
the Bears,
ABC,
but what Josh is saying, the Bears and the Dolphins is not a Super Bowl rematch game.
And here's the thing, that other game that was going up against the Bears and Dolphins was the Super Bowl rematch between the Patriots and the Packers. And until tomorrow, that was the last time you had two teams in the Super Bowl meet the following regular season.
It is disappointing, real quickly before we move on. We got to get Jeff and Joshy. It's just so disappointing that they did not make this the Sunday night game. I saw that and I said, "What? Are you kidding me?
I thought this was going to be on.
I thought, who's going to watch Carolina and Pittsburgh when we get to that? Joshy, who do you pick between Seattle and Denver?
I'm going to go with Seattle. You remember that game last year when it was Dallas and Denver? It was a big shootout. I think it's going to be in that point, but I'm going to go with Denver winning this one.
Denver, not Seattle?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Denver.
Okay. I thought you said Seattle. Jeff, who you got between Denver and Seattle?
When was the last time Seattle lost 2 games in a row?
I'd have to check that, or Encyclopedia Man, if you want to check that, you can. I thought it was like 2 years ago, and they lost back to back.
Exactly. It's been a long time, hasn't it? That's why with that, and with Seattle playing at home, and they lost last week, I'm going with Seattle.
I can agree with you, though, too, Joshy, about how this game, you expect it to be a high-scoring game. I remember the game you were talking about from last year because I watched it, and Denver won 51-48, and that was a back-and-forth game, bad defensive struggle. Nobody was able to get a break. The Sunday night game on
I still think this should have been on Thanksgiving night.
The Sunday night game on NBC with Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. It'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Carolina Panthers. My pick, I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. Steelers do not look very good at all. When you consider about what's happened with this team, they almost blew the game to the Browns in week 1, and they looked absolutely sloppy against the Baltimore Ravens on September 11th, that Thursday night.
Well, let's understand this. They barely pulled it off against the Browns, as you said. And
barely.
The Ravens, and let's understand this, too. It's important that they get the extra time of rest because it does feel like a mini bye, considering it is a week and a half between the Thursday night game of the previous week and the Sunday game to follow. Mm-hmm. Understand this. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that's aging. The age is starting to show. With the Carolina Panthers, they're a young team. They got a quarterback that has youth on his side, and with youth comes speed. I got to take Carolina in this game.
Okay, I'm taking Carolina in this game too, Wes. That pick is for you. I'm going to watch Pittsburgh go down again. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. Josh, who you taking?
I'm going to go with Carolina. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be good this year. I'm going to go with Carolina.
And that's a good point, though, too, Frank, real quickly before we move to the next game.
We got to know, Sean. We don't have – Sean, let's move.
The age is catching with them.
Let's move to the next game. We don't have much time.
Chicago Bears taking on the New York Jets Monday Night Football on ESPN with Mike Tirico and John Gruden calling this game.
Okay, Frank's going to go last, and Josh is going to go last. You go first, Sean.
Upset special of the week. I think the Jets are going to come back this weekend. They're going to come back and they're going to beat the Bears. The Bears do not look good either. They look sloppy in overtime against the Bills. They should have won that. Didn't look good Sunday night against San Francisco. They're very lucky to be 1-1. So I say the Jets are going to pull the upset special of the week against the Bears.
I'm just going to make it real simple, real short and simple. Bears. Josh?
Hey, Josh, you want to go? All right, Josh, I got a good idea. Why don't we, on the count of three, you and I say our picks together? And hold on. But we start off with the word da beep. And
well, hurry up.
Okay.
We're gonna make the pick together on the count.
Okay,
of three.
I'll count. I'll count.
Yep.
You ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
There you go. Perfect. I like it better like that anyway.
Da
That was
Bears.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
take
see
the
how
Bears.
well
Yeah, like
Jay
I didn't
Cutler and the Bears look. They don't look very good.
Like
I'm
I
not
didn't
very
ex-
impressed with what I've seen.
Like
Well,
I
they
didn't
are with
expect
Jim
you guys
McCullen.
to
He
take
is
the
out
Bears.
with a hand injury, so that is a loss to the linebacking core. Look, they are facing the Jets. This is a team that I didn't expect to do much during the regular season. I think with McCullen out, they should be fine. You want his services in, but you still have that high-octane offense. I think that's going to be enough to cruise the Bears past the Jets to victory. Stick it to them.
Okay.
Stick it to Rex
Okay,
Ryan.
Frank, give me a score in the Chicago-New Jersey game.
No, I did. Hold on. Actually, I do have the score up here. I actually predicted the Bears 31-17 over the Jets.
That's what you're predicting the score?
31-17 over the
31-17?
Jets.
Okay, Josh?
41-20. I don't see any
41-20.
redeeming qualities about the Jets. I mean, you're up 28-9 against the Packers last week, and you gave up that lead. And you got Geno Smith at quarterback, so I don't know how the Jets are at any possible threat to the Bears this game. Bears 41, Jets 20.
I hope it is
Wow.
41-20. Josh, I hope your final
Wow.
score is
Jets
more
kick
accurate
a
than mine.
game. Jets kick a game-winning field goal to upset Bear fans, and the misery continues. 27-24, the Jets over the Bears.
I'm taking the Bears 27-10 over the Jets.
Is it because, hold on, let me ask you this, Jeff. Is it because you think the Bears are that good or the Jets are that bad?
It's a combination of both. I don't think the
And
Bears.
score
I don't.
Carolina
Well, hold on,
Pittsburgh
hold
game.
on.
Jeff, I'm
Hold-
going to say the
Hold
Panthers
on,
beat the
Sean.
Steelers
Hold on
20.
a second, Sean. Hold on a second. I don't think the Bears are all that ready yet, and I don't think the Jets are even close. So it's a combination of both.
I think what's holding the Bears back is defense. I don't think they're quite a Super Bowl team at this point. I think maybe they're a couple years away from actually using Super Bowl contention in the same sentence. But hopefully with an upgraded defense, they're 2 years away.
All right, Sean. Now let's go.
All right, Carolina, Pittsburgh, the game that score, the Panthers beat the Steelers 23-12. That's what I said.
23-12.
I got
huh?
20 to all right. I got the Steel. Well, like I said, I have the Panthers winning, but I have the final score from Carolina. The Carolina Panthers 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers 17.
Josh.
Panthers 19, Steelers 14.
19-4. What the heck?
What is going on?
Carolina's not good with scoring touchdowns. They need their field goal to get them points.
I'm gonna go.
What do you need me to say?
I'm gonna go. Carolina 24, Pittsburgh 17.
You know, West won't even show up for a while.
Of course not.
Who will score
Hey,
the
let me
most
ask you,
points?
what's going to be like come Monday morning if the Steelers do lose this game?
No. He'll say this: "We are family," because the Pirates are doing well in baseball.
Yeah,
You know,
he'll
this is
talk
NFL
about the
real
Pirates instead of the Steelers. Hey, I picked New England to score the most points, and I picked Jacksonville to score the least.
Oh,
Okay, you know
Jeff,
what?
you took
Okay,
it
hold
right
on.
from me.
Hold on. I'm actually half right. I may be right entirely because you know who I predicted to score the most points this week?
Atlanta. Wow, there you
I
go.
predicted the Falcons to score the most points.
Good
And the
job.
team with the fewest points, likewise, Jeff, likewise.
Jacksonville. Who do you
Yep.
got, Sean?
Jeff, you read my mind, buddy. I said, who will score the most points this week? It'll be the Patriots, and lastly, the least, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Josh?
Bears and then Browns with the least amount of points.
Bears
right,
and then
Josh.
the Browns. Why, you didn't pick the Browns to win? The hell's the matter with you? Browns are going to beat
Sorry,
Baltimore, and you're going to be all sucking your thumb on Monday. You and Adrian are going to be all pissed off. Hey, I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with us on our NFL Real Talk show brought to you by Sports World Radio. This whole show was sponsored by shirtshopper.net. Head on over to shirtshopper.net and get your NFL t-shirt today. All you got to do is when you get to shirtshopper.net is just click on the sports tab or put your cursor on the sports tab. Drop down box will come, click on NFL, pick your favorite team, and get your NFL t-shirt today at shirtshopper.net. Again, I want to thank everybody for listening to us. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy all the games on Sunday. For Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, Josh Lopez, I'm Jeff Escal. This has been Sports World Radio. Peace out, bitches.
Later and goodbye.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon? How long is that?